Yeah, Sachin, go ahead. You had a question and you are on without camera. Sachin, we can't hear you. You are on mute. Yeah, Sachin.
Okay, you can hear, no?
Yes.
Okay. So I have two questions. So
Uh-huh.
one is just listen fully, okay?
Okay.
I always ask you all the time.
Sure.
Just for I know little bit answer also, but for others' sake, I am asking you. This is subjective, objective. I always ask about Nama Rupa, right? Whether it is
Hmm.
subjective or I am Nama Rupa. In the case of when I see apple, the Nama is apple and Rupa is the apple, the Rupa. Then how I am Nama Rupa? I ask this question again. So let's say and Paticca Samutpada three life cycle, right? Model versus moment to moment model. So I always try to connect those things. So can I say like this? When I die, in the last moment, there is a Nama Rupa.
Right.
Pachaya Vijnana happens, right?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
because I died, this cycle has to be completed. Nama Rupa Pachaya Vijnana, Vijnana Pachaya Nama Rupa. Now, this Vijnana is in search of a new womb,
Hmm.
right? Now, it finds the womb, and this thing happens. Jati, Sanjati, Okanti, Abhinibhatti, Khandanam, Pati, Patu Bhavo, Ayatanam,
Correct.
Pati Labho.
Correct.
Right now,
Hmm.
this Vijnana is trying to complete the cycle of Vijnana Pachaya Nama Rupa.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
So, yeah, I just wanted to confirm. In that, Okantiya Satiya Nama Rupa. So,
Hmm.
Okanti seems like entering into the womb,
Yes.
and that way we complete the cycle. But in
Correct.
Ubhato Bhag Vimukti, you said this, I have noted it down. Okkanti
Hmm.
means Namakaya plus Rupakaya falling onto consciousness.
Hmm.
So it's not entering into whom. So in our earlier session of Who Am I, when you concluded after 5 sessions that I am Namarupa, right?
Hmm.
So can I
Hmm.
say I am Namarupa in for the people who are not able to do Namarupa Parichet,
Hmm.
right? Because who can do Nama Rupa Parichet, their Nama and Rupa are separated, so that falls down onto the consciousness. So the pure awareness, Aniddasanam Vinyanam, then I am that Vinyan. Otherwise, I am Nama Rupa. So I am trying to answer myself, but you clear it.
Yeah, you are right. Your understanding is correct. So if you take it at one level, the below level is that I don't know the Nama Rupa, like what you exactly said. So now if I find myself, I understand myself is Nama and Rupa. So who am I is just Nama and Rupa. Then the consciousness which holds on to Nama Rupa will not get a footing. So what Buddha says in that Anidassana Vinyana, that is Vinyanam Anidassanam Anantam Sabbatopavam, there should be some footing that has to happen. So if that footing is not there, the Okkantiya Sati Namarupa will not happen.
Yeah. And in that case, if some person is not Arhant, but it will become Arhant on dying because in the last moment somehow Namarupa Parichaya happen, then there will not be any birth.
Yeah, instead of putting it like that, there are two levels of getting rid of Namarupa. If you have seen the suttas, one is at a very gross level of understanding, like what we are trying to say, apple versus the shape of the apple, right? So now we say we have to describe the apple, which means adivachana, and the apple itself, which is patigha. So it is striking. So an object striking creates a subjective experience. So the apple is experienced in the Namarupa,
Yeah.
the Vijnana. So this is one level of understanding. So I have understood this. Very good. Now you have to do the same thing with yourself.
Hmm.
Now you have six salaitanas, that is six sense bases or six sense field. The gochara, that is the consciousness keeps on going and eating something in each of the sense doors, right? So if you see the Putta Mamsa Sutta, he says Vinyana Ahara. So you have to stop that Ahara. Just like I now understood that apple means Adivachana Sampassa, Patigga Sampassa. In the same way, this body, the gross body, the subtle mind, the chitta is arising and passing away, which itself is a ahara. And I am the witness to both the ahara, the body ahara, which is Kabalinka ahara, the passa ahara, mano sanchetana ahara, vinyana ahara. These four ahara I am able to see. Then, if I am able to see, I have come to the next level of cutting that Nama Rupa Paricheda Jnana, which is the rotation between the Nama Rupa and Vijnana. First rotation is Nama and Rupa. The second rotation is the Nama Rupa with Vijnana. And the other side is Vijnana Pachya Nama Rupa. So now you have Nama Rupa Pachya Vijnana, Vijnana Pachya Nama Rupa, just like Vipassi Buddha did, we have to do the same thing. And then what happens here, apart from coming out of this apple versus the name of the apple, the description of the apple, you will now see the name, not the name as Vilas, the descriptions which says as a title, as a role, as this and that, which is taken in the conscious. So there's a conscious experience of father, let's say.
But in that way, the mentality materiality can be said as the faculty of holding Nama or faculty of holding Rupa.
Yes, the faculty of holding Nama and Rupa, which has a Salaitana to its core. So
Okay.
if you understand the Salaitana, meaning you have to understand the Nama Rupa and Phassa, both of them, and in between, the experiencer is this Salaitana, right?
Got it.
You require something to experience, otherwise these two will look very abstract. So there's an experiencer. So when I say there's an experiencer, there is an experiencer as in seeing, there's an experiencer as in hearing, experiencing as in tasting, as in touching, as in smelling, and as in thinking. Now I say I have experienced, meaning it has already gone and picked up something, so it's just picking up. So that if it is cut, meaning like what he explains to Bahia, is that dite mattam, that is in seeing there's only seeing. If you yes ready.
No, no,
Goenkaji said,
no, let me complete. Let me complete this. So when you say Okkanti is equal to Nama Rupa and Namakaya Rupakaya falling into consciousness. So right now when I am meditating, that time when Nama Rupa Pariched happens, and then when again the Nama Rupa appears, even that can be called as Okkanti, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Bhimriti.
yes, Bhimrati, go ahead.
as I have done, some courses from the Goenkaji's tradition. He says for the Miss Nair, it's not been in the very stage able to catch, at Namrup level. So at the Vedana level, you have to catch it. So is it possible for the neophytes or novice people like me to infer and to somewhere all these things at the Namrup level? And
Yes,
what is the reality? What is the reality of what he says? He says, even he has quoted one example, because if you have been through the course also, he says you have to keep some secretaries, then 3 secretaries. Again, you will not be able to. And if secretary tells you that your anger is rising, this thing is rising, then you get so angry and you will slap to the secretary also. He has quoted this example in his pravachan.
That is for Sati.
yeah. So let me answer to you, Reddy. So thing is, if you are not aware, like what Sachin said, awareness. So if you have a problem in awareness, you have to appoint secretaries. It has got nothing to do with Namarupa. Okay, now in the Ubakin or Goenka technique, what happens here is that the main focus is on the Vedana, feeling. Or rather, they call it a sensation. We already spoken on the difference between sensation and feeling, so there's no point in going back to that.
And
Yeah,
especially they talk about the body sensation.
correct. So their explanation, the Burmese way of looking at it is that take the gross, it's very easy to understand because the body sensation also has Nama and Rupa. That's true. See, if I name it, I am getting itching sensation. So I feel itching. If I just observe itching as itching, then the itching will have some burning, some movement, something else is happening than the itching itself. Right? It's not just itching which is happening. I am defining that as an itching. That means patigha is that thing which is happening. The adhivachana is to define what it is. So now I'm defining that is itching. But it need not be itching per se. It can be anything. It can be heat, it can be cold, it can be warm, it can be movement, it can be throbbing, it can be whatever it is. But I'm branding it as itching. Like I'm branding it as pain. And if I really see underneath, the pain has different things. It's not just pain, it is throbbing, it is pulsating, it is heating, it is trembling, it is movement. Something is moving, something is holding, like that. So I if I start watching it, I then come out of the Rupakaya. Okay, then I fall on the Namakaya. So if the Rupakaya is not there, the Namakaya has no expression now. So it becomes a very nice experience, and meaning when nice experience means the Dhara Pravaha will start. It becomes free flow because what was holding this experience was the Nama and Rupa with Vijnana. The Vijnana by itself is just bubbling. So that Dhara Prava, what we say, is just the Vijnana going through the entire stream without a break anywhere. So you don't experience the solidity, the grossness in the 10-day retreat or a 20-day retreat. So when we do that, the bhanga happens because no longer it is able to hold on to the Nama Rupa. So there is no Sadaitana and there is no Phassa. And the Vedana is what? That Vedana is gone. So there is Upada, there is Tanha. Craving for that Dhara Prava will start because that's a better feeling than the body pain which was coming. So the objective here on the Goenka technique is to see, are there any unconscious part in the body where you cannot feel any sensations appearing at all. From the top of the head to the tip of the toe, from the tip of the toe to the top of the head, in both forward and backward direction and sideward, one side, second side, like that. If you keep on penetrating, you will create a whirlpool there. So in that whirlpool, it removes the entire body frame from the mind. See, Vinyanam Anidasanam. After that, Yatha Patavi cha Apo cha Tejo cha Vayo na Gadati. Footing. Now you see, I am sitting and I am meditating using the Goenka technique only. I am watching the breath and then I am going from the top of my head, and I'm scanning and scanning and scanning diligently, patiently, ardently, like that, whatever he says, and I really do it in a very proper way, what is going to happen? The consciousness will lose the footing. It loses the footing of what? It loses the footing of this Pathavi Apo Tejo Vayo. Because the Pathavi Apo Tejo Vayo is not holding to the consciousness. The consciousness is holding to the Pathavi Apo Tejo Vayo. So in Goenka technique also, you will be able to break the Nama and Rupa. That Nama Rupa is like what we are talking in terms of what Sachin spoke about, the apple and the shape of the apple. That is a good level of experience. Then the next level, that is at the birth, entry into the womb. That's the next level. That means it is depth of it. This is slightly grosser, that is subtler. But it is a good one. If we are able to get this much using the breath meditation or the Goenka technique or some other technique, it is very good, because we have seen that the sensation per se is also formed by the mind. Correct? There's an unconscious movement. Right now is scratching, I scratch it like this and continue talking. I have not seen here, I'm rubbing. So it is creating heat. The sensation of heat when I do like this. And I should be mindful. I'm not saying that I shouldn't be doing this. If there is a irritation or whatever happening, it's not that I shouldn't be doing this. I should be doing it with an awareness of what is happening. I'm feeling like this. So now I have to see, there's a rubbing sensation. There's only rubbing. There is nothing like that irritation is there. It's just rubbing. Because of the rubbing of the skin, there is fire which is getting generated. There's a warmth which is happening. So what did I feel? I'm feeling warmth. I'm feeling hot. So the fingertip with this might be cold, nose might be cold, but this might be warm. So I'm watching the warm and the cold. So I know it is Utu, temperature. Right? So Utu Parinamitya Abhada. So then what is happening? There is a change in the temperature between this and this. So I'm using a heat one to rub it off so that the sensation goes away. But the sensation has not gone. It has changed. The sensation is now changed from an itching sensation to a heat. So can I watch like that? Yes, in all the postures I can do that. So there is no person. So basic idea is what? To cut the person. So now what are you seeing? You're seeing like a puppet show. There's no person. So what is appearing in the chitta? Nothing is appearing in the chitta. That's the whole idea of doing this. So Goenka practice is, he doesn't go into all of these details because he thinks it is theory. So he will only say that you just look at this breath, look at the breath, look at what is happening in the body. It's good one. Undoubtedly, it's a good one. But we need to know the other parts also. So then we know why and what works and what doesn't work.
What you are saying is absolutely true. Even I thought for many days theory is not at all important, but theory and these practical should go together. Unless it happens both things, nothing. Synchronization is very important. That I have realized very much.
Yes. So we need to know why. So we need to know why we are doing it. So yes, Sachin, go ahead.
Yeah, finish, sir.
No, I'm done.
Okay. So my next question was that earlier you said. Earlier you said Sabbakaya Pati Samvedi is only in Satipatthana. Did you say that by mistake? Because in Anapan Sati also that line is there.
Yeah. Sabbakaya Patisamvedi is there in Satipatthana in the sense that it is Anapana Pabba, right? In that, what has happened, if you see the Satipatthana and Anapana Sati totally, there is Sabbakaya Patisamvedi is there. I don't deny, it is there. But Sabbakaya Pati Samvedi with Cittanupassana and Dhammanupassana and Vedananupassana is not there. That means the expectation is you know this before you go to Anapana Sati.
Oh,
Meaning you already have learned how to split the Nama and Rupa, right? It's not that it is not there.
okay. Then you stay with the Anapanasati.
Because if you've seen MN 118 or 121, whatever that sutta is, where it's Anapanasati Katha, Anapanasati sutta, what does he say? He says, Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Dhammanupassana, Chittanupassana, Dhammanupassana is already incorporated in that. Have you seen that?
Yeah, yes, I know.
And that's the reason I said that.
Okay.
So if you practice Satipatthana, Mahasatipatthana completely, you don't require anything. Done.
Okay, got it.
It is from Sotapanna to Arhat, one single sutta.
Okay, got
Hi
it.
Shreyas, you look smart today. I think you had a haircut or something. Okay. So anyway, now we'll take Shreyas as an example for the Cittanupassana and the Nama and Rupa Paricheda, because now he has had a haircut. Now you just listen to this carefully. What is cut? Haircut. Right? Where is the hair? Which hair? Did you ever ask? This is how the Nama Rupa gets created. The hair is everywhere. I didn't say head hair. I just said haircut. And by default, what did we take? Head hair. This is how the Vijnana, on Vijnana, what did it come? Head hair. But what should have come? Nothing. Now all
from the context, we are building up this.
We are building up. So we are creating what? Now this is Kayancha Paticcha Pottabbecha Upajjati Kaya Vinyanam Tinna Sangati Phasso Phassa Pachaya Vedana Yam Vedeti Tam Sanjanati Yam Sanjanati Tam Vitaketi Yam Vitaketi Tam Papancheti. Now what we do is that we made it as a haircut, means whatever Manancha Paticcha Dhammecha Upajjati Manovinyanam, that happened. Kayancha Paticcha Pottabbecha Upajjati Kaya Vinyanam, that happened. Chakuncha Paticcha Rupecha Upajjati Chakku Vinyanam, that happened. So the consciousness has now moved from the Dhamma to the Kaya, that is Pottabba, to the Chakku, which is Rupa. So the consciousness fed into the Rupa, fed into the Phassa or Pottabba, because that's related to the body. Then it also had the Dhamma. What was the Dhamma here? Head hair. And I just used hair. So in a matter of time, the magician Vijnana, it created an experience of haircut for all of us. All of us had an experience of haircut by watching Shreyas. Now, I don't have hair, but still I had a haircut. You got the point? Because what I am seeing on his head is already appeared in me. This is how subtle the chitta is. So saragam va chittam, sadosam va chittam, samoham va chittam. In this, the moha chitta is there. So anicca is replaced with nicca because he had hairs. Now his hairs got cut. That means hairs are going to regrow. it was the same hair, he just cut it, then the same hair will grow. Correct? If somebody were to say to Shreyas, that was not your hair in the first place, what you cut was some grass, and whatever will grow will grow. So he doesn't take it too seriously. But it is his hair, so he gave his hair to the haircut or to that person who wanted to cut the hair. So he paid money to have his mustache gone and his think is clean shaved as well. So he's looking different. Now we didn't ask this question. Is that Shreyas then? Which Shreyas are we talking? But it is replaced. So the image what we had previously is replaced with new image, and now the Shreyas becomes a Nitya Sanya because it has Ghana Sanya. That means it's something, some valuable. So Shreyas is a valuable entity. Even though the hairs are gone, the mustache is no longer there, he's shaven. But I'm putting he everywhere means that I'm creating that identity and holding on to the identity. So, Samuchi Satcha, conventionally we have to do this. Beautiful. But is it Parama Artha Satcha? No. So, if this appears in the Chitta, it appears as Raga or Dosa or Moha. If you are having Yoniso Manasikara, like somebody watching, then you see Shreyas and you withdraw. The Yoniso Manasikara comes and the Ayoniso Manasikara is gone, replaced with Yoniso Manasikara. Then you just observe and say, Shreyas, you had a haircut. Yes. And no image is established on the consciousness. So then you have Vita Raga, Vita Dosa, Vita Moha. Then there is no Sankita, constricted. What is constriction? Ajjatta Bahidda is a constriction. I am here, he is there, is a constriction. And because of that, there's Vikitta, scattered. So these two are also gone. Correct? So how should be my mind then? What do you think my mind would be then? I will have Mahagata, expansive. Because there's no Ajata Bahidha here. The moment I again see Shreyas, it becomes Ajata Bahidha. So then what happens? Amahagata. Correct? Then Sauttara Anuttara. Sauttara is I am not still reached. To discern that there is no Shreyas in the first place. Because I am still existing, right? So it is only Sauttara. Anuttara is when I have given up myself and him. If that is true, then what happens? Vimukta. So simple. Where is Shreyas? It never existed.
Paramartha Satya is Sauttara.
Anuttara.
Anuttara.
Yes. There you go ahead.
I have a question. Let's say take a Brahma, right, whose mind is expanded. Does that mean he's lost that Nama Rupa to some extent as well? Or
Yeah, all beings have Nama Rupa at their core.
no, this Brahma, when he sees Shreyas, right? Would he have the same experience of not attaching the Nama Rupa?
When he sees the Shreyas, his chitta is constricted just to see the Shreyas.
Yeah, I guess my question is a typical Brahma, right, whose mind is supposedly Mahakata, right, or in that state. Does he make
So
Namarupa?
let me take you to a sutta. We have read Baka the Brahma. Okay, he has misconception that he has seen everything, and Buddha says no. Why? Because he is still in Sauttara. He has not gone into Anuttara. And then his mind is in Mahagata, but he is not Vimukta. He still has a conceit. I am. Conceit is mana. So the mana has not gone. He's measuring, I am here, you are there. See, what measurement we are using is at gross level. What measurement you are asking at a Brahma realm is he doesn't even recognize that is Shreyas, that is agreed. His mind is Mahagata, then only he can be a Brahma. But what about the other, Anuttara and Vimukta? That's not there, right?
But in all the stories, the Brahma has to appear first, right? It cannot remain Brahma and talk to me. It appears in front of Buddha to talk. So it constricts himself first and then talk to me.
Yes, so what happens here is a three-step process. Number one, the being, Satta, is there. Number two, the Satta is able to connect with another Satta, which is in this case, let us say Sachin, who is into deep Dhamma, and then this Satta would like to meet that Satta. Now the third, you should have a Rupa. So the difference between our Rupa and the Brahma Rupa is, for our Rupa, we unfortunately have to eat 3 times a day. In the Brahma, they don't require to eat anything to get their form. So from the formless realm, they can walk down to form realm and again disappear back to the formless realm. In our case, we have forgotten how to go to formless realm. So unfortunately, we had to train ourselves in the mind to go to formless realm, holding on to this gross body. So you going into Brahma realm is possible, but without body. But they coming and talking to you, they should take a body. That's correct. Sachin, did I answer?
Yes, sir. My camera is not working, so sorry.
No, that's okay. Otherwise, I can't understand whether you, because usually when I see you, I come to know whether you understood or not. Now that it is opaque, I have to ask you. Yes, here you go ahead.
Yeah, so I guess just to finish the point, the Mahakata, the Brahma have, is with regard to Shreyas, but not with regard to his mana, let's say. So Mahakata is with regard to something. You can expand, but there's something holding, so it's not into Anuttara and Vimutta.
Yes, so Mahagata is that when you lose that Ajatta Bahitta, but the mana doesn't allow you to completely remove it. See, now when I see Shreyas, okay, 3 wrong things will happen. Number 1, Shreyas, done. Number 2, there is a comparison between his past, how he was looking, and now how is he looking. So there is Atita, then there is Anagata, Pachuppanna. Then there is Ajatta Bahita. Okay. Then there is Olarika Sukuma. Then Hina Panita. Then Santike Dure. All the 11 will come. Then I say, Shreyas, earlier some moustache used to look good on you. Then he says, is it so? Oh, yeah. I think you shouldn't be like this. It looks very odd on you. So then he says, odd on me. So, okay, I have to wait till that that moustache comes. Now he can't do anything about it, right? See, either the person who is saying should know that the moustache will take time for him to come. But I want to give my comment right away, as though he is going to go to a market and going to bring the mustache and paste it. You see, now it has become, that rupa has become arupa. That part of the body is now arupa. But I have pasted a label saying no mustache, shaven. But what I did, what he has done, he has removed the rupa. Actually, in real, he has removed the rupa. But what did I make it as? Shaven. So if I use the word shaven, it means this. But what actually has happened, he has removed that rupa which was there. So now can I believe that it is Shreyas? No. If I do that, it gives me three things at once. Mahagata, Anuttara, Vimukta. If it becomes so sharp, I can see, he is not Shreyas. But conventionally, because he can keep on changing. Today he has hairs like this, tomorrow he can comb like that, day after tomorrow he can put something like this, that day after tomorrow he will put something like that. Who knows what he is going to do. So I'm not going to rely on his body. But yet, I will have a sanya, perception created, just for the heck of it, I create it. And I say that, Shreyas, how are you? And I see that you have shaven off your mustache and beard and you're gone for a haircut. He asked me, how do I look, sir? You look good. It's just convention. There's no good in that. Then there's neither bad in that. Because it's just the rupa. He has removed a rupa. This is body hair. He has removed it. Removed it means what? He has shaven it. That means this portion has become arupa. No rupa there. This portion has no rupa. Yes.
So I guess I'm just trying to understand when let's say Shreyas appeared on video today. So this Namarupa is trying to match, right? And it's trying, the akara still mostly matches, right? The linga still mostly matches. But the nimitta, which I made of his mustache, is not matching. But his skin color matches. So out of several nimitta, one is not matching. So I have to calculate, is it still Shreyas? So it's trying to meet. And it may not meet. I have to check. And once I verify it, then I update. Say, this new nimitta.
Yeah.
Yes.
90% is 90% Shreyas. AI will tell.
Yes. So just like the AI, you will update your records. One file received and you are verified and recalibrate, and then you're done. So now the new image is formed, replacing the old. This mental image, what has been created, is satta. Now you hold on to that image because there is upadana until the next time.
The satta of Vilas, right?
Yes.
Because it is in Vilas' mind. This person called Shreyas is been created, recalibrated, and hold on by Vilas or by Sachin or by Ari. Right?
Yes.
So that way satta is real, not satta is Shreyas.
Satta is what?
Shreyas is satta here or Sachin is the satta? Who is holding on?
All are satta only. Satta is sattva. So you find an essence in that. Right? So there is a real person sitting out there as Shreyas now. And there is a real person sitting as Sachin also.
Okay.
So when something is real, it doesn't become bhuta. It is atti, exists. Right? And the annihilationist would say, natti, doesn't exist. After the body is cremated, doesn't exist. And the atti will say that no, he exists as something else. He exists as not as Ariyu, but he'll exist as an Atma going here, there, searching for another body. So he's going to come back. But what we are seeing right now itself, that this form is not Shreyas anyway, because he is able to remove the form. If it was his, how could he remove? See, look at this guy. He goes to a barber. He gives his head, and that barber is going to remove all that he thinks he should not have, and he happily gets it done. And he comes back home, and his parents will feel that who went was my son, who came is also my son, which is Vipallasa. This is Chitta Vipallasa. Hallucination of the mind. Ditti Vipallasa. It is a view problem. Right? Why? Because of the measurement, mana. So you recalibrate. My son went for a haircut and he's come back from haircut. So you update the image back. So now you did not lose your son. They did not lose their son now. So they can't cry. Because the same body went and the same body came back. They don't realize the body which went to a barber shop is not the body which is coming back. Yes, Ariu.
I was just reminded of some company training we do, because in my company, some people will go through these transgender, right? And when they transgender, even their previous male, let's say, went to female. Now his male name is also gone with it. Now if people still using his male name, it's not allowed. It's called death naming or something. So you're insulting him by calling him a man. So now you have to use Susan or something.
Correct. Absolutely. So that is the craziness of the mind. So this sattva in Sanskrit, essence, what we can call as an English word for sattva, person, being, is created in the mind. And when it is created, it comes with three flavors: raga, dvesha, moha, in the chitta. So the Cittanupassana is to do the anupassana of this whole mind game. Shreyas is not having moustache. I don't like. I'm having moustache. Why that idiot doesn't have moustache? So I have to tell him that it is so important to keep moustache. Let's say. So I'll say, look, Shreyas, you are looking not that good. You are not that impressive, like what used to be earlier. And then he says, no, sir, I'm very impressive. No, you are not. I'm telling you. You shouldn't have shaven your moustache, because for me, that rupa is not making sense. I don't care whether Shreyas has a moustache or not. That rupa is not making sense to me, because Shreyas was in this. Now he removed that. That means my mental image is not able to make up that loss. I am not able to take. So it is entered into dukkha. So sadosam va chittam. And the entire Shreyas itself is samoham va chittam. Samoham chittam pajanati. Now I know Shreyas is a moha, because if he was easily removing this, so easily, he just stood in front, over. So quick, yes. Oh man, God. Anicca dukkha anatta is seen now, because it's all sankhara. It's sankhara only, right? It was growing on its own. He takes a blade and removes it. Sabbe sankhara anicchati. So I'm going to jump in joy, just like the Archimedes. Sabbe sankhara anicchati yadapanyaya passati atta nibbindati dukkhe yeso maggo visuddhiya. I can dance now, because I can see if this hair can be removed, that means everything can be removed in the body. And it's true. You can do transplantation. You can change this body part and that body part, like LGBTQ, what you are talking, are you? One person says, I'm a male, and that same person will say, no, I'm from today female. And the third day he will come and say, I'm in doubt whether I'm a male or a female. I'm going to put a toss. If it is heads, I will say I'm a male. If it is a tails, I will say I'm female. Fourth day he'll come and say, I just checked my body. I think I'm very happy being a female. So from today, you have to call me Susan or Lucy or some other name, but not my formal name. I'm telling you, I don't like it. Boss, don't talk about male. I'm telling you, I'm a female. Okay, calm down. I accepted. But your voice is like a male. I am telling you again. Okay, understood. So your voice can be a male, but you are a female. Right? And how did you make it out? You can only make it out by 4. Yahi akara, yahi linga, yahi nimitta, yahi uddesha. A Dhamma person will see this and say, akara, he who doesn't want it, okay, what's my problem? You want a female? Okay, akara, female. Linga, I can't ask that person, strip down, let me see your linga. That becomes too much, right? If he says, no, I'm a female, feminine, in my mind appears what is a female figure, over. Second. Nimitta, this is where I had to change. He will put on the earrings and a wig like this and clear off all his hairs here, and he starts walking like this and say, aha, this is the nimitta. So for calling Susan, it becomes easy. Now uddesha is purpose. My purpose in this world is to be female. Okay, who cares? So what is appearing on the rupa? Patig. So the nama is defining it. Rupa is what? Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Varna, Rasa, Gandha, Oja. So I stick on to that. I don't care. Whether you want me to call as a female, I'll call as a female. You want me to call as a male, I'll call as a male. You want to call me as LGBTQ completely? Okay, LGBTQ. So that means I have no fight now. Whether you're a lesbian, you're a gay, you're a bisexual, or whatever it is. Even in this organization, for all that whom you don't know, I have been part as one of the person for LGBTQ. Okay, I'm supposed to promote in talking LGBTQ. So it's a very nice thing they have given to me. So I'll be able to meet a lot of LGBTQ people in the organization and make them feel proud for their LGBTQ status. And they have chosen a right person, a right Dhamma person who doesn't have any idea on male and female sexuality. Anyway, so the sexuality is a nimitta. If you do animitta of sexuality, you lose the interest of being a male or calling somebody as a male and somebody calling as a female. Then you are done mahagata, meaning your chitta is in mahagata, because the ajata bahidha is gone. Then if you slightly work out further, it gets into anuttara. Then some more working will give you vimukta. It is in the chitta, not in you. In the chitta, you are still the observer. That you don't forget. Vimukta is the mind vimukta, not, you have got nothing to do with it. The mind which was holding on to it is now in vimukta. So thanks to Shreyas for doing some funny things what he has done, so that we could cover up this whole Cittanupassana in a very practical way. So coming back to all the attributes, identifying it as Shreyas with Raga, or rather it is Nimitta. So when you do the Nimitta, it will have to come with Raga, Dvesha, Moha. Clear? Now I have Raga, how he was looking 2 days, yesterday he was there, and in fact he had come to my home. That idiot was looking much better then. Now this idiot is looking much worse. But I can't tell him that you are an idiot. So then what I have to say, he shouldn't have shaven, he was looking so nice and all that. That's all trying to figure out. That means the dvesha or the dosa, a hatredness or the irritation is there. And the moha is my Shreyas went for a haircut. And unfortunately, he got lost in that haircut. He cut off those things which I was interested in. I don't care what he has, but I was interested. So my identity of this is gone because I love having a mustache. But this fellow came out of the mustache, which is very bad for me. Right? 3. Raga, Dvesha, Moha. If these 3 are there, match ended. Okay. Now I see the chitta and see that is Shreyas really there? So I find that there is no Atita, Anagata, Pachuppanna, Ajjatta, Bahita, Olarika, Sukuma, Hina, Panita, Santike Dure in Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. So I feel because Rupa can change, that means the feeling can change, Vedana, Sanya can change, Sankhara can change, and Vijnana can change. I throw all the 5 aggregates out as indicated in the Maharahulavad Sutta. So now I've seen it, I feel, wow, what a relief. So what should happen to me? Mahagata. The first time ever I feel, the Chitta is supreme, is shining everywhere. Right? It's so bright. How did that happen? Because he didn't have Sankitta Vikitta. Sankitta means constricted, like that. Vikitta is distracted, scattered everywhere. So now the chitta is going here, there, and trying to figure out why Shreya did this. Who on earth told him to do this? At least he should ask me once. Look, I'm going to a haircut. Then Shreya was thinking, why I should tell? Even I don't tell my parents. Why the hell I have to tell this person? I don't know what is wrong with this person. So he is also in Raga Dvesha Moha. Right? So he's in Raga Dvesha Moha, I am even Raga Dvesha Moha. So when we both meet, my Chitta and his Chitta are in Raga Dvesha Moha. So it either becomes constricted or it becomes restricted or it becomes scattered. So Vikitta, Sankitta, Vikitta. If Raga Dvesha Moha reduces, the Sankitta is removed, the Vikitta becomes no Vikitta, Avikitta. That means Mahagata. Again comes back with Shreyas, he shouldn't have done that. Amahagata. Then Sauttara, Anuttara.
There is something called Apamana and Mahagata. There is different, no?
Apamana is immeasurable. Here we are not talking about measurable. We are not talking about apamana. Here we are talking about the mind, the chitta, which is not which is not heavy. It's not burdensome. So it is left the burden of measuring or
Relaxed.
Yeah, relaxed. So that Mahagata. Okay. Sauttara.
The burden of sales is gone, and so it is relaxed from the process.
Yes. Sauttara, I am still in that what is Shreyas. Anuttara is I drop Shreyas. That gives me Vimukta. So my chittas, the chittas which are flowing as Chittaviti, is all Vimukta Chitta. So if I can now carry on like that, Nibbana is the end result of that. That is the Paramam Sukham. Because from the beginning there was no Shreyas. So if I keep Shreyas, what happens? Mustache, beard, that of some weird kind of, he had lot of hairs. Now he looks different. So all of that, and he looks more. Now I say, Shreyas, you're looking more younger today. Then what is his answer? Typical answer. I had my haircut. What has haircut got to looking younger? You see this fun. Now he will think he's younger, which is moha. Because he wants to look younger, he has raga. If somebody says you look older, then it is dvesha. Like I had asked Bhim Reddy, do you believe I am 52-year-old? And he said, yes. How? He said, sir, there are some lines coming here, don't feel bad. I said, why should I feel bad? Then he said, no, your face looks younger, but I can find out from here there is some changes. So I can say that you are in 50s. Minusing this, just the face, nobody can say I'm 50. Let's say. So we had this game, and somebody in that Hindi group said I'm in 40s, 45 or something like that. So what happens if that is true? Let's see. Raga happens. Our friend Bhim Reddy said you're 52. That is quite evident. Dvesha. Because Reddy, I don't know how he can see it. He can't see it properly. Actually, I'm not in my 50s. Why? Death is a horrible thing for the six senses. Right? So now this Dvesha. Moha should happen because this is Vilas. So Vitaraga is, don't consider this because this is happening on its own, not that I am doing anything about it. So then if I see it, immediately the Vikitta Sankitta will not be there. Or Sankitta Vikitta will not be there. I can observe, oh, the Chitta doesn't have Sankitta. The Sankitta doesn't have Vikitta now. The Chitta now has Mahagata. The Chitta now doesn't have Mahagata. The Chitta now has Sauttara. The Chitta now doesn't have Sauttara, which is Anuttara. The Chitta now is Vimukta. The Chitta now is Avimukta. So if I remove the symbolization, Animitta, it will give me Appanihita. And when that Appanihita happens, Shunyata happens. So Shreyas is Shunyata. All along I was thinking Shreyas is sitting in front of me and blah, blah, blah. Now Shreyas not existing, isn't it liberation? Because he never existed from the beginning. So I have experienced Amata, deathless. If something is born, something has to die. If something is not born, how can it die? That's the last word I can speak. It's 9:30, and Aryu, you wanted to leave early, so I'm exactly closed on dot. Any questions? Final question, final thoughts, and we can meet tomorrow to conclude on this. There is some more to it. I thought today I'll finish off entire thing, so it will go again for tomorrow. Let's finish it, and then we'll take some days break, maybe 2 days, so we can review it. And Bhim Reddy, we'll meet separately on Saturday as we planned. Yes, go ahead, Aryu. Yeah, correct. Correct. Yes. Yeah. Apratishthita in Sanskrit, unestablished in English, apatitita in Pali. Avakanti. Yes. Yes. Akanti, kanti is to see. Okanti is to take a something. Meaning, when you say unborn, there's no avikanti. That's you can't really see where it is, right? So if it has to have a footing, the moment consciousness has a footing, the footing is on the rupa. Like the eastern wall, western wall, that example what he gives. You can see the sunlight falling on something. Then you can call this place. If the consciousness doesn't fall there, what place will you call? You can't call. In the same way, when I see Shreyas, the light should fall nowhere, meaning shouldn't fall on the rupa. If it falls on the rupa, the moment it falls on the rupa, I'll say, Shreyas, I find something different in you. Then you say, what different, sir? I'm the same person. See, he makes it as the same person. Then I say, no, you're not the same person. What do you mean? My parents said that I'm the same person. I know you're the same person, but there's something change in you. Maybe you're grown fat. See, you see this, how we are doing it. You're
So
grown
that
fat.
way Aukante means appearing.
Yes. So now when I say you're grown fat, means what? I'm trying to recalibrate. Now, if I recalibrate, he says, no, sir, I've not grown fat. My weight has remained the same. That means I have to remove that. Maybe you're grown fair. You got fair. No, I was dark and now also I'm dark only. Maybe you had a haircut. Yes. I went today to haircut. That's the reason I was seeing some changes. All this is a fabrication, complete fabrication, which is sankhara. So I'm creating and creating and creating to make sure Shreyas exists without a change. So it's always constricted. I'm constricting and constricting. Whereas the chitta's original nature is expansive. That's the reason Buddha says, Pabhasaram idam chittam. Exactly. But, but when the chitta falls on that, it takes itself as an object and enjoys. So, like what Buddha says in that Puttamamsa Sutta, Vinyana Ahara. So, that a Vinyana Ahara it is eating. So, it feels, I am Susan. I was Adam earlier. Don't call me Adam. I'm telling you. You can call me Eve from today, but not Adam. What's the difference between Adam and Eve? I can't tell you now. Maybe later. So now I can't ask him the obvious question, show me your gender. So I have to guess the gender. Then he says, look, I am a lesbian. Okay, I'm not able to get it anyway. Because I can take gay, but not lesbian. Because that's my perception. So sanya nidana hi papancha sankha. So this perception, which is the problem. So the sanya vipallasa. So three vipallasa, sanya vipallasa, chitta vipallasa, ditti vipallasa. This error of making a person male to a female and a female to the male is a sanya vipallasa, perception getting into hallucination. Right? Just like let's say, just to pull Shreyas leg, we had made him a transgender without mustache. Then the next thing I could tell him is that, Shreyas, you're now looking like a transgender. Maybe you should name yourself as some other name. Okay. Shreyas is male. Shreyasi is female. I think you should keep it Shreyasi. Yeah, I said, what difference does it make? No, don't give me Dhamma story.
Shreya.
Shreya. called Shreya. Okay, so Shreyas becomes Shreya. I feel very happy. But he would say, "Sir, tell me, female should have breast and other things. I don't have. I don't care. You look more like a female now. So your name is Shreya." He's been called Shreya a lot of times. So thanks, Sachin. Maybe you called their parents and they said that he's been called Shreya for long. May any comments on your side? You've been the most silent spectator today, other than Ravindra.
No, it's good. Thank you. No questions today.
No questions. Maybe because we have moved from lesbian to gay to all other forms of human forms. You could imagine.
Good
Okay.
example. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So the basic thing is, if we were to drop this off, then you're done. Then you are in Vimukta. That is all Vimukti is. There's nothing more to. So Chitta Vimukti, or the Vimukti of the Chitta, is dropping of name and form. The Panya Vimukti is to see the defect in Namarupa. So you get one way. Panya Vimukti, Cheto Vimukti. Akuppa Cheto Vimukti. Now it doesn't form, any shape doesn't take over again. That's it. We'll continue tomorrow on the Dhammanupassana, applying onto the Chitta, Vedana and Kaya. With that, we end Satipatthana, complete. Then the practice is, in Kaya, you should see Vedana, you should see Chitta coming together. One side is the body, another side is the mind. So he starts with Kaya, the Vedana in the Kaya, Chitta also is a Vedana. So Samisa Sukha, Niramisa Sukha, all that is also coming from the Chitta. The Samis also is coming from the Chitta. So don't miss it. It is not only Sukha Vedana, Dukkha Vedana, Adukha Sukha Vedana. It is also Samisa Sukha, Niramisa Sukha, all that. That is mental thing also is coming. So the Vedananupassana has all of the, both of them. What is happening in the Kaya, what is happening here. So the Sabbha Kaya Patisamvedi includes the Nama and the Rupa with Vinyasa. Now tomorrow we are going to apply which Dhamma, which teaching will help us to unearth the Kaya and the Chitta. Then your practice is to select which one you think you should apply to open up this Nama Kaya, Rupa Kaya, and then you are released. So you'll become Anagami. That's his promise. Not my promise, that is Buddha's promise. So don't take it to be my promise. I am nowhere in the picture. Yes, May.
So should you do only like one of them at a time, or should you do like a mixture of it?
There's no thing called as one at a time, because when you start on Kaya, you will have the Vedana, the Chitta together. So Beam Reddy also had the same question. So tomorrow we will see how to really practice, which will bring all the three.
Thank you.
Sure. So tomorrow we'll conclude it, and then we can, when we sit for Satipatthana practice, from then on, we don't require the theory, you only require the practice. So we already did on Kayanupassana, that like waves over the sea. So you have to first bring that up. Then you can see the Vedana. Then you can see the Chitta. Then we have to see which Dhamma to apply on that. Because there will be 5 hindrances. So we have to keep on removing the 5 hindrances. And then you can penetrate into 5 aggregates, Rupa Khanda, Vedana Khanda, like that. Then Upadana of the Khanda will get dropped. Then you will see the Salayatana in its original form. then you will see the Bhujanga factors. Then the Four Noble Truths are seen. With that, the whole Patisamutpada cycle is seen. Clear? That would be our practice. So one theory, so Pariyatti, Patipatti, Pativedan. So we are now in Patipatti. Pariyatti is over. Patipatti tomorrow. Pativedan, only Pativedan, because we don't require these two now. Fine. So let's end for today then. All right. Thank you. Thanks for joining, and we'll meet at 8:30 tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.